Marcus. Welcome to your weirdest lunch hour show, The Slanted Sandwich. We're your hosts, Lauren Hoffman and
Bob Ratliff.
Yes, and we are here to serve you the dish on the latest weird topics cruising around the planet of San Marcos. Today, Bob and I will discuss cases of suppressed technology, which I know the topic I'll be bringing to this table. Do you know what you're bringing to this table, Bob?
No, I forgot. We're talking about weather and what, HAARP and what else you got?
Okay,
crystals.
So, yes.
Crystals.
Right, so for our headlines, I'm adjusting these mics real quick here. All right, yeah, so we're looking at the latest headlines. Let's see. Bob, do you think we can dig through the latest political craziness to find what's floating in the peripheries these days?
Oh, do you really want to? Oh, we got to go there?
No,
okay. Well,
no.
All right, there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on politically right now. You know, there's a Muslim ban.
It's all kind of weird, really.
Everybody's freaked out. What else? The No DAPL and Keystone Pipeline, that thing happened this week. Trump is doing some,
doing a
lot of stuff in that first week, baby.
Maybe we can talk about that in a little bit. All right, so some of the headlines we have here. You want to read them? This is your topic, Bob.
Wait, oh yeah, the 24,000-year-old butchered bones found in Canada change known history of North America, from ancientorigins.net. And so here we go. I'm just gonna hit you with this.
All right.
All right.
Hit me with it.
Archaeologists have found a set of butchered bones dating back 24,000 years in Bluefish Caves, Yukon, Canada, which are the oldest signs of human habitation ever discovered in North America. Until recently, it was believed that the culture that represented the continent's first inhabitants was the Clovis culture. However, the discovery of the butchered bones challenges that theory, providing evidence that human occupation preceded the arrival of the Clovis people by as much as 10,000 years. For decades, it is believed that the first Americans crossed the Bering Strait from Siberia and have been named the Clovis culture after one of the archaeological sites, Clovis, New Mexico, have been found from Canada to the edges of North America. However, the recent discovery of the bones in Canada that show distinctive cut marks supports the...
We accidentally pasted that paragraph twice.
Oh my... Man, look at you.
Yeah, okay.
Why?
I think Bob and I got like a total of what?
I didn't get any sleep last night.
I didn't get any sleep
This could be an interesting show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when night owls wake up early.
In addition to proving that Bluefish Caves is the oldest known archaeological site in North America, the results offer archaeological support for the Beringian standstill hypothesis, which proposes that a genetically isolated human population persisted in Beringia during the LGM and dispersed from there to North America and South America during the post-LGM period. The post-LGM period. Do you know what the LGM period is?
I don't. Do you?
No, we're going to come back to that on the break.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're trying to scramble all kinds of information in our heads before we get here. So tell me a little bit about what you think about this discovery.
It's so hard to find these things. There's a lot of people who said, oh, well, there's people before Clovis. People have been in North America for a really long time. But finding the evidence is really hard. And it's things rumble around and decay. And, you have to, with bold claims comes, bold evidence. You have to.
Right. And you were mentioning that, you're like, hey, did they find any, tools around this?
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, I don't, the article didn't say anything. So
it's carbon dating on bones.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what else do you have for us?
Oh, let's see. We got some, we want to talk about crystals?
Yeah. Ooh.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's balance our chakras.
Oh.
With some crystals.
Good time. Yeah. Okay, so what did we... What was this, coast to coast? We were ripping
Did
off
I?
there.
I sent it to your. I sent it to your text box.
I got it. It's from Science Alert.
Science alert!
Science Alert. Alert. Warning. Science.
Science is
sounds
coming.
But yeah, talking about perpetual motion without energy. And so here's what it is. It's
Bob, you're gonna need to talk directly into your mic, facing forward.
Is it? Oh, I'm sideways.
Yeah, there we go. There you go. I was having to like amp up the volume of your mic.
Okay.
Like,
oh, here, look at it. I fixed it.
okay, you got it. You got
fixed it. Okay.
Now, there we go.
How embarrassing.
Chimera.
Yeah. So here we go. We got these time crystals, and they say that these are different. These are special crystals. They're not like regular crystals because they have a blueprint that repeats in time, not just space. Okay. So we got space crystals, and you get the time. These are the time crystals, and they're special. And they have these. They can't stay still.
So, okay.
They can't do it. They can't stay still. They always are wiggling. And
The
what are
time
they?
crystals,
Yeah,
gotcha.
they're called time crystals. What do you think about that?
So, are they out of some kind of substance, or is this a dimensional thing?
It didn't mention dimensional things. It says this is a new phase of matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Period. It even said period. But it is also really cool because it is one of the first examples of non-equilibrium matter, said lead researcher Norman Yao from the University of California, Berkeley.
So, what is the substance? I mean, yeah, okay, they're crystals, but this sounds like a kind of an untangible material. If it's just...
Well, they're talking about 0-point energy, things that, you don't have to put energy into them. And it says normal crystals have an atomic structure that repeats in space, just like the carbon lattice of a diamond. But just like a ruby or a diamond, they're motionless because they're in equilibrium in their ground state. But time crystals have a structure that repeats in time, not just in space, and it keeps oscillating in its ground state. So they say, imagine it like jelly. When you tap it, it repeatedly jiggles. Yeah, but the same thing happens in time crystals. But the big difference here is that the motion occurs without any energy. So
Okay, so they're powered by themselves.
yeah,
Somehow.
they have the electric boogaloo. Yeah, they're constantly popping and locking.
Sounds like a song.
It is. Songs about crystals. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, moving on.
What? You don't want to talk about crystals?
Are we still talking about crystals?
Yeah.
Okay.
You asked me what they were made of, and I was trying to find it, and it says that they are made of ytterbium. This is an ytterbium atom Congo line.
Oh, okay. Congo line?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are dancing crystals, okay? We went there. I'm talking about dancing crystals.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to take a closer inspection on these brand new crystals. Okay.
I think it's news.
It is. It's very interesting. I mean, a lot of the science and stuff, which, by the way, we're going to be getting into in a little later. I mean, it's almost at a quantum level, quantum physics, just a lot of the discoveries
I'm
these
breezing
days.
over some of this. They were saying that it's
Yeah.
like super important for quantum computing. But
Okay.
this is like, yeah.
I mean, it's beyond me. I would have to
It's over
really
my
take
head.
a class.
It's over their head.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Having discussions with people who are really, educated with quantum physics, they're very interesting people, and maybe we can get somebody on who's familiar with that stuff at some point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So continuing with the headlines, we have, I don't know if y'all saw on Facebook, anybody, of a video of birds flying through Houston around this traffic jam. They're calling it the bird calypse.
Bird calypse?
yes.
Is that the best they could?
Yeah. Okay. So it's the mysterious bird.
Avian? Come on. Avian apocalypse. Duh.
Well, yeah. You can add that. You can write a mysterious universe and tell them, hey, you could change the title.
Yeah.
If you really want to go there, you could call it Reptilianips because birds are reptilians.
They're avian.
They're.
Want to fight about it?
Oh.
You ever seen Jurassic Park?
My point. Okay, whatever. Okay, but this happened in Houston. So huge flocks of birds have been showing up regularly around Houston with similar events reported in 2015 and 16. Back in October 2016, that birds gather in large groups to find food and keep warm and are key to keeping the Houston mosquito population down. However, that doesn't explain why the birds were attacking cars last week. I mean, the video it's very Twilight Zone, very ominous, creepy kind of, atmosphere with just, it's like I was saying, there's probably, it's HEB. That's what's going on. HEB is around the corner somewhere in the area that video was shot. And
I think this is how Alfred Hitchcock haunts you.
My mom actually has a good story about the birds. Mm-hmm. So where the mark is, it used to be Gordo's. And a long time ago, it first used to be a movie theater. And my mom and her friend had gone in there to watch the birds, Alfred can't talk today. Alfred Hitchcock's movie, The Birds. And after it was over, it was really late. They go outside and it was like the bird calypse, avian, whatever. Yes. Yeah. And she never forgot. It creeped her out bad. So, those things just happen. I don't know why. They're like bats sometimes. They just kind of cruise together in a big cloud. But anyways.
And they attack your cars.
Yeah, they attack your cars.
They're in my hair.
Yeah. So maybe for everyone else in the country, this is kind of a
nuisance.
What?
They were a nuisance.
Yeah, they were kind of, apparently attacking cars. Although I think it was more like they just got into like a big gust of wind and couldn't really control themselves.
They're like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore than you. I'm trying to get away from the cars.
I don't blame them though, Houston. Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just kind of biased, San Marcos.
H-Town.
I love it.
DJ Screw.
But, I know I have some dear friends in Houston, so. Okay. All right, Bob, here's our favorite headline. And I'm tempted to talk briefly on it. We're about to cut to break. But so, human pig chimera embryos. All right, so this is coming from the BBC. Basically, a chimera.
See, this is what we got into earlier trying to pronounce this, and we actually got on the Google, or not, what was it?
It was the speech function on my phone.
Right, and according to the speech function on her phone, it's pronounced chimera. So
it's been kind of the word of the day between us. Yeah, and it's very hard to read this article without saying it that way. Yeah. So embryos that are less than 0.001% human and the rest pig have been made and analyzed by scientists. It is the first proof chimeras named after the mythical lion, goat, serpent monster can be made combining material from humans and animals. So that's what a chimera is, Bob. It's a hybrid animal. Like I was saying, like whales and sharks or dolphins. They can
have to be really
on
close.
On a rare occasion, they can breed and create a chimera. It's rare, but this is the first time that a human, with pig DNA, has lived the longest, basically inside a pig. So in detail, let's see here. However, However, the scientific report in the journal shows the process is challenging and the aim of growing human organs in animals is distant. It was described as an exciting publication by other researchers to create a chimera, human stem cells that type can develop into any tissue are injected into a pig embryo. However, the process appears very inefficient. Of the 2,075 embryos implanted, only 186 continued to develop to the 28th day. But crucially, there were signs that human cells were functioning, albeit as a tiny fraction of the total tissue, as part of a human-pig chimera. You want to get that out of your system, Bob?
Chimera.
Any more thoughts on chimeras?
Yeah. Well, is it is it the same thing as like a liger or a tyon? Is that a chimera? Am I understanding like a hybrid? Is it the same thing as a hybrid?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much. Okay, well, it's time to cut to break.
Oh.
So we'll be right back. Howdy, Sand Martians. Thanks for listening to KZSM.org's live streaming. If you're digging our show, consider making a donation at kzsm.org/donate. The choice of content is yours. That's the beauty of community radio. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. Sure.
All right, welcome back. Every episode we introduce a new sandwich. And this one I just made up off the top of my head. I call it the Mitch Hedberg Club Sandwich. And, Okay,
Sounds
this
like an
isn't
hour-long
a regular,
discussion.
Yeah, this isn't a regular sandwich. It's
This ain't no regular sandwich. Well, perfect for the show.
You have to be we've been getting away with ordering the club sandwich, right?
I guess so.
I didn't even know you had to be a member.
But
Well, these are Mitch Hedberg's jokes. I can't even.
Okay.
I'm totally stealing his job. We got to introduce the sandwich. I'm moving on.
Okay, let's introduce
All right,
the
here it
sandwich.
is.
Yeah.
Instead of
People are hungry. They're listening.
does it have rye bread? No. It has banana bread.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of cheese it has?
Cheddar.
No, it's cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese?
Yeah. It's
All
a
right.
cottage cheese and banana bread sandwich.
Okay.
And it has so much meat that it looks like a cow with two crackers on either side.
I'm trying to imagine this. What else is on that sandwich, Bob? Come on, it can't just be banana bread and cottage cheese. Is that it?
They call it the Ark. It has two of every animal.
Oh my gosh. So what, there's 2 pickles?
Oh, it's a mandatory pickle.
Amanda pickle?
And if you want alfalfa sprouts on your pickle, you're out of the club.
You have to have 2 bushels of sprouts on one half of the sandwich and on the other half of the sandwich. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all are not going to be able to make that sandwich.
I don't think so.
Try to make the other ones, but this one's a little
Banana bread's...
abstract.
I mean, it seems like there was... I mean, like, cheesecake has cream
I forgot
cheese.
pastrami.
Two slices. Of the
No,
Ark.
3 slices of bread.
3 okay.
According to Mitch Hedberg. It's his sandwich. He wanted 3 slices.
Oh, okay.
He was part of the club.
Was it cut triangularly or something? Because I remember kind of reading a clip.
How do you feel about frilly toothpicks?
Is this a philosophical sandwich of sorts? Like, am I totally missing something here?
I'm for them. I'm for frilly toothpicks. And they're not just sliced once. They're sliced twice diagonally.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I might be missing something here.
All sandwiches are created equal.
Not if you go to some sandwich shops in town. You ask for a 6-inch, and they'll I don't know, make it 4 inches or something, just because they're in a hurry. And you're like, what? No, that's anyway. All right, so Okay, back to the table. We're going to be talking about now is suppressed technology in the government. And I mean, I'm familiar with some of the projects, but with Bob here, he can probably add some reflection. But Bob, what kind of technology do you think is being suppressed?
If I had to say, okay. I was thinking about this, like, why don't I own a submarine? A lot of people, have,
So fitting.
like, why is it, you're keeping all the submarines to yourself, man? Like, nobody else has a submarine. That's a suppressed technology, like, just on a basic level. Like, hey guys, you want to go check out the Marianas Trench in my submarine?
Yeah.
Nobody ever says that, right?
I think it would be very difficult to go down there just novice style. You would die.
Yeah. So if they're suppressing, submarines, imagine what else they got.
Did you see that? That's kind of off topic, but did you see the video of this boat was in the middle of the ocean or maybe off the coast of somewhere, and there was like pumice stones just surrounding this boat, and they couldn't figure it out. And then they kept taking the boat farther, and then all of a sudden this huge volcano erupts underneath the water, and had those people not moved, they would have been goners.
I thought that the boat was just trying to exfoliate with all
No.
of its pumice stones.
No.
Oh, I love to scrape the barnacles off with pumice stones.
No. I wonder if that's what whales do, if that's how they exfoliate barnacles.
Yeah. Well, I think they have a loofah.
Natural or synthetic? Oh, that's terrible, because there's probably synthetic loofahs floating around the ocean. Sad. Okay.
Clean up your mess, world.
All right, so back to the topic of suppressed government technology.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think about weather?
Okay. Well, all right. So we'll talk about HAARP. A lot of people who are listening may have heard about HAARP. It's HAARP, I believe, or H. It's double A. Yeah, it's been going on for a while. It's believed that Nikola Tesla had a lot to do with this. I think he was actually, because he invented the cloud busting machine. You've heard about that, right, Bob?
Is that where you stare at a cloud and focus on it and put a hole in it with your mind?
I don't know
Cloud
if Tesla
busting technology.
Maybe that's how he was thinking when he was, creating this stuff. But I mean, Tesla was. He was up there with Albert Einstein. A lot of people don't give him enough credit, but
or down there. Who knows what those two did together?
Who knows what kind of chimeras came out of that, right? Anyways, so weather. The first time I heard about HAARP, I was probably when I was studying overseas, and it was just new knowledge, exciting, and basically there's like a base up in Alaska that has these towers. It's like a field of electrical towers. I don't know how, but somehow they're able to transmit energy into the atmosphere. It bounces off I think it's like the stratosphere or whatever sphere, and it comes back down. So it's like reflection. It's like a mirror that reflects the energy back down. They're kind of using the atmosphere as a point to reflect that energy onto other areas around the Earth. And this supposedly affects weather, and it can create earthquakes. And what's interesting, if you go online, some people claim that people who claim that HAARP caused an earthquake claim to see pink sky, like weird fluorescent kind of neon glowing in the sky before the earthquake happened. And 2 cases of that. There was one, I can't remember which place it was, but it was probably back in I don't know, I'm going to guess 2008. There was a huge earthquake in China, and somebody did capture a picture of pink clouds above the city before that happened. Then the Chilean earthquake that happened, I think it was 2010, same thing. people reported this
Pink.
weird pink fluorescent, haze in the sky before the earthquake happened. So,
there's all sorts of
that
stuff
can leave a
going on.
lot of conspiracies, and we don't know if it's true or not. It's just interesting to talk about this stuff.
Let's make talking about it kind of normal.
Yeah,
once.
exactly. We're not proving anything. We're just addressing it. And that's totally okay.
We don't know if these are conspiracy theories. Sometimes I just wonder if they got into some crazy research chemicals and were like, I got this crazy idea, man. I'm going to make this tower. I got this tower thing. I'm going to make a bunch of tower. I need billions of dollars to do it. And they're like, well, all right. He seems to know what he's doing. Let's give this guy some money.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah, listen to that guy. Sure. Yeah.
I call it HAARP. Stands for...
Playing a harp.
Right. But okay, so the control, but that's one part of it, and then the other part of it is like geoengineering.
Before we get into that, we should stay on the topic of HAARP. We're about to cut to break here in a second. I have a website I can pull up and kind of read from a little bit that will go into more detail about HAARP, and then we can get into your geoengineering.
Is it the same? Is it different? No, one's electromagnetic frequency. Whatever, we got to break.
We got to break. We'll figure it out, y'all.
We'll sort it out.
If you're a fan of farmers markets, come check out our KZSM booth on Saturday mornings from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in San Marcos, Texas. Stop and make a donation and check out our merchandise. This is a great opportunity to talk to our station members, look at our schedule, and if there's room on the board, consider hosting your own radio show. If you can't make Saturdays, you can still help support the station by visiting kzsm.org/donate to help. We're back with the Slanted Sandwich, your weird news and topics at noon. I'm your host, Lauren Hoffman, and
I'm Bob Ratliff.
All right, so we were talking about weather modification and HAARP engineering, and I just wanted to read a little bit from this website here, from globalsearch.ca. I don't know what fake news is anymore, y'all. Okay. HAARP.
We're in the news and you're like,
all I care about are chimeras now.
Is this it? Are we doing it? Is this what they're talking
about?
But
when I'm reading, okay, but let me just say, when I'm reading, go back. When I'm reading what's in front of me, I'm thinking, wow, I don't know what the political situation is going to be by 2020. But anyways, okay.
They made a song about that.
Did they?
You know the song? In the year 2525, if the world is still alive, whatever. It was in Gentleman Broncos, and it was a good song.
Okay. Maybe we'll try to bring that on air at some point. Okay. So this website says pretty much what I just summarized before the break. Hold on a second here. Okay, HAARP is a little known yet critically important U.S. military defense program, which has generated quite a bit of controversy over the years in certain circles. Though denied by HAARP officials, some respected researchers allege that secret electromagnetic warfare capabilities of HAARP are designed to forward the U.S. military's stated goal of achieving full spectrum dominance by the year 2020. Others go so far as to claim that HAARP can and has been used for weather modification, to cause earthquakes and tsunamis, to disrupt global communication systems, and more. Major aspects of the program are kept secret for alleged reasons of, quote, national security. Yet, there is no doubt that HAARP and electromagnetic weapons capable of being used in warfare do exist. And it goes on to talk about pretty much the same stuff. If you had to have, Bob, if you were the controller behind all these suppressed engineering things, which ones would you, first of all, where would you go to start such a project?
Well, first, if I had enemies, I'd see if I could sort it out with like a thumb wrestling match first. Before we get into
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I had to clear a thumb.
Oh,
I
man.
win. I'm the
Careful,
winner.
careful.
You know, it seems like some of this stuff is excessive. You know, we went from bullets to like, I'm gonna blast you with electromagnetic rays and ray guns. You know, like, oh god.
People are gonna start walking around
It all
really
happened
sunburned.
so quick. You know, we shouldn't laugh at this. Who knows? This could be real. This could be real. We could be I mean,
very
a
well
lot of
could
people
be.
are talking about this stuff. Like they're talking about genetic.
Some people are
What
probably
did
like,
we just went over like what? This is how I know I'm in the future. Like when I was a kid, I didn't see this coming. I was like, yeah, in the future I'm going to be on a radio show program. I'm going to be talking about human pig hybrids and geoengineering with cloud seeding.
what's the word though?
And then I'm in the future.
No, the human pig hybrid.
Chimera.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get a little clip of that. So, okay, but what I was asking was if you're going to try to do, you know, obviously the military conducts experiments just to see what things happen. Am I okay with that? Not all the time because, you know, human rights are violated a lot, like MK Ultra. But on something like this,
Why
You
do they
wanna
always
keep-
gotta make experiments
Why?
that are like mess you
Where-
up, man?
okay.
Like we figured out 1,000 ways to mess a guy up. We could use electromagnetic microwave weather modifier.
mean-
You know, they never like, hey, we made this guy really cool. We've used this device on our enemies, and they're just chilled out. They're like so cool now. We
You know-
sorted it out. We can negotiate. We have the technology to negotiate with terrorists. You know,
I guess so.
Why is it always gotta
Blast
mess
them with some
somebody up, you
electromagnetic
know?
frequency.
Yeah.
Disrupt their, their communications. I
Right.
mean,
We've got this sound we throw at them, and it makes them throw up and feel funny.
and it causes earthquakes.
And they can't even fight us back. We win. Like,
Well,
where's the honor in that, man? Pull yourself up by the bootstraps and fight with your bare knuckle like the Eskimos did. You know,
are
I
we
want my
gonna get
nickel
on the
back.
topic of what we're talking about, Bob?
This is the top.
Just like that.
Think about HAARP.
HAARP. Oh, no, but I was asking, okay, like, where would you go? Where do you think that they study these sort of things? Like, okay, so maybe they have a base with HAARP on it in, Alaska or whatever, but they had to start this research somewhere.
Alaska? Yeah.
Yeah, where? Where do you think it could be going on?
Oh, well, what we can't see above ground might be underground.
That would be my guess. Or in a cave somewhere.
Well, yeah, and they had this.
Like Dulce, New Mexico or something.
Yeah.
And the Denver airport.
Mm-hmm. And all the other. I bet you, planet looks like a piece of Swiss cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't know what's going on.
No wonder there are so many sinkholes.
Mm-hmm.
But then, sinkholes are
Well,
also
some of
natural,
those are,
right?
they explain it
Florida,
away.
Swiss cheese. Anybody going there needs to be careful at all times.
You don't want to fall in a sinkhole. You don't even want to fall in
That's
a pothole.
terrifying thought of just going into a sinkhole in the middle of the night. You're sleeping and
Your
the
favorite
whole
tree
world
is
just comes.
just circling around, and you're like, my tree, it's going down the sinkhole. I
I'm
planted that thing.
gonna try to climb on it to get out.
There goes my house, my dog, my baby. Hopefully not the baby.
Oh,
Hopefully not the dog either, or the tree. Sinkholes are awful.
yeah, you can't click.
Okay, so
can't-
that's not HAARP. That's just like what happens when we pull out a bunch of oil and then pack it with water.
I'm sure-
and then
you
the
know what,
water
though?
dissolves it and it screws up.
I'm sure it's all connected though. If HAARP is real and it's being used, sure.
right.
It's being used to control people. And one thing, control weather, but that in turn kind of controls people. So,
So do you think that people are kind of involved with like geoengineering and doing all this kind of exotic experiments? Do you think that they know that they could be messing it up really bad, or do you think they're like, what's the worst that could happen?
maybe they don't know, and they're probably curious, and they're like, I kind of want to just turn this machine off and see what happens. Because a part of me thinks, well, Tesla invented this program to save the planet, to use it as a means of getting rain to places that need rain, or, rain relief or whatever. And of course, so Tesla had invented it, and then
I think what's his name? Carnegie was just like, well, okay, good idea, egghead. Where do I put the meter?
Totally took it from
Didn't
him.
think about
Tesla
that,
passed
did ya?
away, and then all of a sudden it was owned by the military, and you have no idea what happens after that. We can only make guesses, and the HAARP. It's there. It's in Alaska. You can see these antennas coming out of the ground. What do they do? You just don't know, and you can't go there and ask because they're super secretive on the base over there. So.
Yeah, I tried like 3 times before breakfast, like last week. I was just like, come on, what y'all thing do? I want to see your antennas.
But it was so weird because after, I remember it was Trump's first day, his inauguration. It was that night.
What a day.
Yeah.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
It wasn't much of a day
Cars
in DC,
catching on fire, windows dropping.
Y'all,
wow.
The sandwich is getting weird out there. We can't use certain words. So.
Yeah, we had to bring in a special sandwich just for this week.
Yeah.
The banana bread and cottage cheese sandwich.
The arc with 2 of everything on there.
2 of every animal on this sandwich.
Has to be so symmetrical. But how... I could totally go off. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm
not.
No, but I'm purposely trying not to. No, but what I was saying was that night we were talking about the bird calypse or whatever, and it might have been that night.
It was the avian.
No, but listen,
apocalypse. Avian
this
apocalypse.
is what I think happened. I think Trump probably was sitting in front of his TV with like a new app on his phone designed by the military that pretty much lets you use the globe as a voodoo doll. And so he's just kind of going around like, I wonder what would happen if I turned off HAARP. That's kind of my imagination.
Turned on or off?
On or off. I don't know. One or the other.
Which is worse?
I'm assuming it was
probably on.
And then all of us, because obviously the weather's changing here, and I could just speculating it might be weirder weather.
It's
if
really
it
bad when you turn it on. But whatever you do, don't turn it off.
Yeah, I think he maybe turned it off for a second and realized that was a bad idea and turned it back on. But it was so windy that night. Do you remember? Was it windy in Austin? Do you remember Trump's inauguration night?
Yeah.
I know. Waylon, my son, who's 3 and adorable, he comes into my room. He's like, Mama, I'm scared of the wind. And
I like
it
the
was
bad
creepy.
lip reading, though, of the inauguration.
I always love bad lip reading.
So good.
Yeah, those guys. Those guys are awesome.
Well, and the other thing about the weather. Oh well, moving on. We'll go back to the break.
Almost. We've got. Yeah, we might as well cut to break now. All right, we'll be.
Silent greatest people.
What? We'll have to ask about that later. KZSM.org's live streaming is here to feed the brains of Central Texas with entertaining, educating, and enlightening content, whether it be a music show or creative banter. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we're back. I'm Lauren Hoffman.
Hey, I'm Bob Ratliff. Welcome back.
This is the Slanted Sandwich. We're at our last quarter of the show, so let's make it good, Bob. Okay, so we're talking about geoengineering and a lot of underground stuff going on. Speaking of underground stuff, there's an interesting story that not a lot of people know about. It was aired on UFO Hunters a while ago. Don't know if the story's true, but it is far out. Let's get into it, Bob.
Well, yeah, so everything we just talked about had to do with the atmosphere and cloud seeding and basically the idea that you can take metals and it saturates metals with moisture, and you can cause things to rain. You can control the weather. But then we got into the underground and what might be happening underground. And so everything that I've looked at extensively on the internet says there might be some crazy stuff going on right beneath us.
Right.
One of the earliest guys talking about this is an interesting character named Phil Schneider.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he had...
Didn't he write a book like The White Horse or something? Or okay, go ahead. That may not have been him, but someone kind of related to
It sounds
that.
like a really kind of common sounding name, right? You could be right. There could be a guy named Phil
I don't
Schneider.
know.
Okay.
Keep going.
Anyway, he had like missing fingers. And
Fun factoid.
like, have you ever sat next to somebody missing fingers? Like, you're just like, oh, why didn't he just tell me why he's got no fingers? You know, he's going to make me ask, you know. And like, I'm so sorry I feel that way, but, you know, sometimes people have cool stories to go with it. But he died in 1996 under mysterious conditions. He had this catheter wrapped around his neck, and, you know, he was a pretty happy guy, like kind of a, not, I don't know about happy.
Okay, but what did he do?
Well, what did he do? What was talking about? I'm going straight to straight for the kill shot, and he died. You know, like first off, let's start with the basics. This guy died in 1996. Okay, well, in 1979, he was a geologist, and he was like contracted out for these, for this deep underground military base. They're building an underground compartment, and they busted through the wrong hole and found these aliens in the desert, and he, like, you know, instantly, you know, war goggles, freaks out, got the gun, points at it, starts shooting, like, you know, and the alien's like, hey, we're just chilling, like, what? No, but he says that this thing waves its hand in front of its chest, and a blue beam like comes out from it and just slices his fingers right off.
Okay,
and the gun's out.
Did we say that this is in Dulce, New Mexico?
Oh yeah, Dulce. Yeah.
We're talking around it.
I'm one of these people, like, when I read a magazine, I start from like the far right side and flip backwards, you know.
Yeah.
So, anyway, here's the story. You know, first the guy died. First thing you need to know, this guy dies. First things first, let's just get it out of the way. He was killed under mysterious circumstances. All right.
Okay, but what did you find? So, okay, I'm going to help you out here, Bob. So, basically, what I'd heard is out in the middle of New Mexico, and it's on a Native American reservation. There's this mountain, and apparently the natives had seen UFOs coming out of it. I mean, that's not what initiated the investigation. That's just some phenomenon that's been happening. But it's believed that a military man had gone down into this mountain, like several stories apparently, and discovered that they were doing like chimeras with humans and aliens.
Oh, they're making hybrids, huh?
Yeah, and and basically it started a war. And if I remember correctly, the escape was pretty climactic, from what I understand. Like, he had to the person who discovered this had to get out of there, and seemed like he had to be lifted out or something. But I don't know. That's something we need a source to look at.
Toy Story, you know, where like Sid's in his room and he's got all these like conglomerations of toys he just mixes together, and it's like this maniac mess of hybrid toys. And I feel like that's like, if there was going to be anybody hiding anything, it'd be like, okay, what did y'all stick together this time, guys? Oh, geez, spider goats, you know, whatever. Like, that's what, if they're going to keep anything.
Spider goats?
Yeah, you know, like they took the I know it sounds awful, right? You see this goat, and he's got like 8 legs, and he's climbing up a wall.
I've seen that though, like the weird deformations.
It's not like that. They just are talking about taking enzymes from spider silk and putting it in the
chimeras
milk of the goat. But then they released it into the wild, and it's kind of a conflict of interest. Like, we should be doing these experiments and then go, all right, be free, you know, and you know. Do you know? Then
it would be like the island of Dr. Moreau or whatever.
Yeah. So what's that about? Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so if you have the chance, check out any information about Dulce. It's pretty wild.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's not. I don't. It's
First things first.
highly
know about
unbelievable.
Dulce.
It's highly unbelievable, but it is an amazing story.
It's too real to not be believable. Like
maybe for you, Bob, but I need more evidence.
It's gotta have happened just like that. I'm sure.
Maybe if it didn't happen here, it happened in another dimension.
I am not claiming that this is true, but this guy, he had some, some convincing evidence, missing fingers. Well, but he could have done that with a machete. We don't know. He could have just been like, "This is gonna hurt, but it's gonna be so worth it. Maybe I'll tell this really awesome story."
Just for a story.
The links that guy will go to tell a story.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, okay, so any other underground suppressed technology chimeras?
Well, yeah, these bases, okay, so maybe we got bases deep under that are ours. Maybe we got bases for, little other ET people, who knows? But then you go back to the tradition of under the earth. There was along with Shangri-La, it was the Argartha or Argarthi. There's all these different spellings of it. Argarthi, according to the speech translator. So that was talking about an ancient race of people who came way before humans, and they kind of come out and help humans after they experience major catastrophes, at any rate.
Yeah. We're about it's time's up.
You're going to have to do your own research. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, we woke up, went to bed late, woke up early. That's how it goes. All right, we'll be better prepared next week. All right. So I know. Hopefully we won't be in a bird calypse.
We're going to be very similar next week. This is what this show is. You're going to love it.
Yes. Thanks for listening, everybody, and stay tuned.